There you go. Okay, let's go.
Change XMX to G. XMX to 7G. Check G to 228.
What's love supposed to be about, baby? Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. We're back. Oh, I forgot to do my mix. My mix how There you go. We try it. So you go, this guys won't be long. Where's you? There you go. I don't know how to do. There you go. Don't blink, it's your boy, Quick Look Up There Show. So doing opposite, having a wonderful day. Holy shit, what a BTS. It is 5:36 a.m. I'm gonna try to make videos until 7. At 7, the sun is really high in the sky. Well, really high here. And if the sun is really high, then my phone are constantly overheating. So I'm gonna try to take too much time. But at the same time, I want to get this started. So let's go. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. So doing opposite, having a wonderful day on this 20th July 2025. Once again, perfect timing. We're doing okay. We're having a lot of energy. Bit tired though, so I might go to sleep after making some videos this morning. For the time it is 5:37. They watch the sunrise and have some fun. That's pretty much it. So enjoy. Baby, don't blink, it's your boy. Welcome to the show. As we're doing all that, having a wonderful day on this 20th July 2025 today. we're doing a speed mukbang. So just coming in, just at the intro in the mukbang, I'm gonna do it as a short, which is under 2 minutes. Got a sunrise down, breakfast, 2 pieces of bread, put in the microwave, so they're steamed bread, which is one of my favorite things ever. So coming in, actually before morning, you can see right away. Sunrise. Focus. There we go. It's actually insane. I'm a bit proud. We know that this is the second day in a row where we're able to stay up. Good sunrise. Again, I love that. We didn't sleep enough last night or yesterday. And we just finished streaming. Here's my day. An hour and a half of videos, a 40-minute stream, 6 hours 40 of Twitch stream. 4 minutes is the TikTok live video right now. Hopefully an hour or two. So yes, that goes fast. Piece of bread, water, no mixture. I'm trying to lower my consumption. Not to put any cold turkey, but lowering. And that's pretty much it, so I love this. With a bit of luck, tomorrow, now I'll be able to sleep normally. This day we get like a sleep. And by sleeping normally, I'll be able to get both sunrise and sunset. And it's a both world. And they want them in my hands, which is amazing. Anyway, we got more videos to do. It's 5:40 a.m. I should be going to sleep at around 7:30. I'm tired, so it'll be nice. Love you guys, take it easy, chill. Some shit. What's that supposed to be about, baby? What's up, Scooby? We're coming after you. My phone's too hot, ain't that something? I can't believe it's true. 31 gigs due. What's up, Scooby Doo? I need it to cool down so I can go down and film some sunrise. But they won't do like that. Here is the cat. Yep. Was that supposed to be baby acting crazy? Fuck. Can't believe you're too hot. Bro, I'm watching the sunrise. Don't fuck with me, please. Open it. You British. Dude, I'm fine with you right now. I love the love, but I don't have time for love. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know what I mean. Of course you do. You're smart. Oh, you're smart. You're smart. You're smart. You're smart. What's a Scooby-Doo? Coming after you. That's so much to do. Don't blink, it's your baby. Welcome back to the show. As you hope you are having a wonderful day on this 30th of July 2005. It's super early in the morning. Beautiful, beautiful sunrise. Wanted to come on here today with a positive note. We just finished streaming another 6 hours and a half. Guys, I'm tired. It's sunrise, but I'm tired. I think we figured it out. First of all, I want to give myself congratulations. Bravo, I'm proud of you, dude. Because we're falling back in love with streaming. We're falling back in love with making content. And it's weird because to fall back in love with making content, I was like, yo, let's do give me a sec. What's up, Scooby? Doo. La 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 la. No. Sorry, guys. We must cool down the phone. It went too hot. So we felt we kind of felt out of love with streaming, and because we've kind of felt out of love with streaming, it was a bit of a nightmare. Because I was like, oh, bro, I don't feel like streaming. But then again, I bought so many games for streaming. I bought everything for streaming. I've been streaming for that long, you know. Yes. Do I like streaming as much as I used to? No. Am I gonna stop streaming? No. There's still some passion for it, just less. So in my brain, I'm like, okay, well, what are you gonna do about it, right? Because I feel like what you're gonna do about it is actually really important. How can I fix this problem? Because yeah, there's a problem. We should be able to fix it, right? You don't really see like a good sunrise. It's a shame. But then, speaking of sunrise, this is actually the perfect example. See, we're coming in, right? And we're coming in the position of, well, I want to film the sunrise, right? But I don't have videos to do, which is not true. I got a bunch of videos that I want to do, bunch of them. But there's just the mentality of I got some shit to do, right? So, um, with the streaming, it's kind of the same thing. See, with the streaming, um, it's such a complex thing, and I can figure out pretty easily why we kind of give up on streaming. I don't think it's just streaming the problem. I think we were upload some clips from Twitch because why not right? 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 So you see, today we did 3 hours and 3, and now we're 27, and now we're 29. That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. So what I started doing, no, what am I downloading this shit for? That is no bueno. That is no bueno. Give me a sec. I'm just gonna do these 3 things and that's it. La 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 la. So when I started streaming, I had a lot of fun and I was making content. And then I was like, yo, this is really good. I really enjoy doing what I'm doing. I really enjoy this streaming. But streaming also was fun because this is sort of the laziness behind the character. I am extremely lazy. For example, right now we're playing Treat Towers. We're filming too. It's early in the morning, but doesn't mean shit because we woke up at 7. So even though we're up, it doesn't mean shit because there you go. So that being said, I'm in a position right now where I'm like, fuck, you know? Because I literally traded my... This is insane. I literally traded my love for gaming for just streaming. So instead of streaming, I was gaming. No, instead of gaming, I was streaming, right? And then we had the exact same problem with the main channel, which is... the main channel is what? The main channel is us talking about everything and anything, right? And it was actually a really good time, to be honest. I love the main channel. I love the gaming channel, but the main channel is just, it's more work and it feels more rewarding, right? Even though we checked our statistic yesterday, and it turns out my statistics are better on the gaming channel. So how about that? How did them out? So long story short, the problem with the main channel was that at some point what I started doing was everything I was watching, everything that I was listening to, every single thing that I was consuming, and food, content, music, had to be content. It just had to be. It just had to be. And it was sort of a mess because I was like, fuck, there's absolutely nothing I can do, right? Because what I can do, it has to be content. So during the winter, again, trust me, trust the process. We're going somewhere with this bullshit, with this gibberish. In the winter, since I was stuck at home, versus right now where I can literally take the bike and just chill and go somewhere and go some places, right? What happened was that in the winter I couldn't go out, so I started watching more TVs. I started watching TV more. I'm like, fuck, I cannot do shit because again I have to make a video. So I started hating making videos because I was like, I'm constantly doing this. There's no end to it. The streaming, I got really in love with it, which is the same thing. But then I couldn't game without streaming, without doing commentaries. So when I started streaming, and this is something that, how can I say this? With my ADHD, I can watch or play the same game a couple of times. I'm playing right now Elden Ring 4 times and I don't care. I played Borderlands 2 10 dozen times. Not 10 dozen, but 10 or 8 dozen times. And I still love the game, right? So even if I had a good collection, I was sitting at maybe 35, 40. I bought a lot of games during the pandemic. I was still happy because to me it was like, okay, well guess what? This is actually pretty fun. We have enough games that we can play. Now with the streaming, I was like, holy shit, I bought a lot. Right now we're sitting with 122 games on the PlayStation. I got 20 games on the Switch. I got a literal emulators for Olden Bane, like on the GBA and on the Game Boy Color. So that's actually pretty cool. What else do we have? You know what? That's a good idea. You said a great idea. Um, I just had a great idea. I'm fucking pumped about it. What was I saying? So yeah, so with streaming, it feels like there's no end because there's so many games. For example, right, one of my favorite games to stream, I think one of my favorites is just because the tower is in front. My second game that I like to stream the most is Elden Ring. So for the celebration, we played once a year. Am I still recording? Yes, I'm still recording. Always check if you're still recording. By the way, I'm gonna do a videos for the towers video. So when I came in, I was like, hey, guess what? I have so many games to stream, but I'm still playing the Elden Ring every single year. What's the problem? Well, I don't speedrun it, so my playthrough are 110 hours, 120 hours. Today, we accomplished so fucking much with Elden Ring. We accomplished so fucking much. I have some great ideas today. To the gaming channel. So we finished Consecrated Snowfield today, which was good. We finished the Lord of Blood Palace, which was good. Now we finished the stream entering the Alley Tree. So we're at the very first save point, so a couple of seconds in, a couple of minutes in. So today we're gonna be doing the Alley Tree. If I'm not sleeping, I'm gonna go out. Yeah, we're gonna be doing that. It's gonna be phenomenal. It's gonna be fucking phenomenal. Why is that so cool? Because it just shows you how little I have left. The Alley Tree is almost finished because it's like a 2 hour thing. It's not a long thing. Then we have what? We have Millennia. Millennia. I think she's gonna take a long time. After that, we're doing the DLC. The DLC is about 40 hours. We'll do it in 50 hours because, again, that's the way we do it. Yeah. It's nice, bro. It's nice because it's so much. What's the idea? To come on here every single day, tell you what we did during the stream. Then we did the Fortnite stream. With the Fortnite stream, it's the new Blitz event, but it was still 6,040, right? So that's the thing. So with the streaming, it became sort of I had to stream all of those games. Now a miracle happened. We started mobile gaming. So the mobile gaming was kind of, I wouldn't say the same, but somehow somewhat similar, and in fashion of I am playing video games and I'm making content. So right away what did we do? And this is crazy because again, we're touching the main channel. What we start doing is we start video games on it, on the mobile. Just that. I don't have to do clips. I don't have to do commenting, right? Sometimes we'll comment, but some game don't. For example, we're playing a game called Gundam. Gundam is going to be a long ass day, and we are not using the commenting, right? I was scared to open it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It sucks because, you know, I thought that. I thought the easy way. I was like, okay, we started into it. And for 4 months, I was mobile gaming exclusively. But that problem? It's not a problem. It's a solution. Because I was done with streaming, so that came at a time where I needed to take a break. Instead of taking a break, we went for that, which I think is nice. That being said, it's also kind of complex because, how can I put this? It's kind of complex because in the main channel, we say mistake. In the same channel, what I was doing is I was doing extremely detailed recap of stories or of movies, right? I would have see a movie that was lasting an hour and a half, and the video was lasting 20 minutes, which didn't make any sense. So I changed the way we did it. Because I changed the way we did it, I was like, hey, this is better now. So finding other tools to play. So then when I had a problem with streaming, I was like, hey, go less. I used to do 24 hours, I used to do 10 hours. Go less, go with 2 or 3 per day. And now lately, so my biggest problem in life or in making content, life is a bit extreme, is I'll be good to make content, I'll be good to work, right? As a work ethic, when I take a break, that's it. I disconnect. And because I disconnect, it takes me so much time to reconnect. And that's where there's a problem. You know what I mean? Because that's where it's that's where it disconnects. Kind of having a little break of the whole thing. The whole thing of being of working constantly. So when I start something, I want to finish it. So when I'm playing a game and I want to stream for 6-7 hours, I want to finish something. And we've been working so hard to finish Region, right? For example, today we did a lot on Elden Ring. But when you look at it, I stopped the second we reached Alley Tree. Right? The second I stopped, I reached the Alley Tree, I was like, okay, well, guess what? Let's switch to Fortnite. Now, technically speaking, Fortnite has a new event. So this is also why we went. But still, I think it counts. So technically speaking, me falling back in love with content, what does it mean? It doesn't mean anything for you. It doesn't even mean anything for me. Which is a good news because my most happy time making content was when I wasn't stopping. So I was streaming when I had a break. I was streaming. I wasn't streaming. I was making videos or uploading videos or editing, right? And that was so nice because there's no break where I could lose myself. You know, maybe we need that structure in our life. Be streaming for 6-7 hours. That structure. Am I as interesting as I should be? No. Am I more interesting than people who don't go at all? Yes. So that's something. Anyway, I want to come on here to say that I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Don't blink, you should blink. Welcome to the show. I'm doing well. People are having a wonderful day on this 30th July 2025. Here's a short. I want to apologize for lack of content lately. It's been a couple days where I don't post a lot. The reason is actually quite simple. We started playing this game called Elden Ring, and we started watching the show called Lost, and Lost is amazing. But I also have, I think you fucked up. Shit. You made a mistake. The other thing we made, I downloaded videos, but I didn't upload them. Shit. So, see, I was supposed to do a short. We're still doing a short story. So, by laws being on Netflix, they're taking out the 14th of August. But the reason as why I haven't been posting a lot or filming a lot, because we're watching Lost. Now, we're watching Lost, playing video games or streaming, right? So I have the chance to do 2 videos instead of 1, even though we're doing 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 5. So it's still important in my eyes. So that's why we're not gonna have content. We're doing good though. I'm almost finished with me. I'm halfway to the 2nd season. There's 6 seasons. So when I'm done with 2 more seasons, and we're halfway there. It's gonna be a lot of work, but hey, what can I do? So nothing is wrong. I'm doing well. Mentally speaking, we're doing well. Physically speaking, we're doing well. Emotionally speaking, I'm fucking amazing. So yeah, so this is why. So I sincerely apologize for that, and don't worry. Sometimes Samson's golden. And when it insides, it's going to think about something. It's like when you have a really good meal and you don't hear people talk, and like what's going on? Like why isn't anybody saying something? Because the food is good, bro. That's why. That's a simple reason as to why the food is good. That's why we're not talking. Yeah. So there you go. I love you guys. I seriously do. And they've been amazing lately. I'm still grateful for you guys. So big up. Thank you so much. Peace. I can't relate to you, no. Don't blink, it's your boy Yink. Welcome to the show. How's it going? Because I'm having a wonderful day on this 30th of July 2025. We are continuing with our Lost recap. I want to apologize for the last episode. There's a lot of stuff that I skipped. The reality is I'm streaming when I'm watching the show, so there's time where I don't even watch completely. Like for example, right now I was wanting to be ready. I wanted to be good for today, you know. And I was like, yo, let's freaking go, dude. Let's freaking go, dude. And so I rewatched it. I rewatched from 3 to 8. Yeah, small day today. So without further ado, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna start with season 1, episode 3. Now, I don't know if you guys want me to talk about the title. Do you guys want me to include the title? Does it had a lot? Because if it does, I'm gonna be talking about the title. So, episode number 1 and 2 were part 1 and part 2. The problem with the title is in French. I'm also gonna start including Netflix description. Why? I'm paying for Netflix, so let them be useful. So first, a new beginning, which is season 1, episode 3. We have Jack and Early learn the alarming fact of Kate and the life of Marshall. You know, it's insane. I'm French, okay? So when I heard them call him Marshall, I thought Marshall was a freaking because he's a cop. I know Marshall is some sort of police officer, some sort of Justice Department guy. I'm warning you right now. I don't know how much time I'm gonna be able to make the content. What happened is when we were streaming Fortnite, I had so much fun with Fortnite that we went a bit later. As you can see right now is the sunrise. As soon as the sun goes up, it's gonna hit the phone. Because it hit the phone, this is too much and it becomes too warm. So I don't do it. Sounds good? Sounds great. Okay, let's start. And the first thing we do is again the fact on Kate. I told you guys before, she's a criminal. So we're seeing people, and it's on number 3 starts. It's actually really nice because how it starts is they start to unpack. So I think the signification behind the fact that they are starting to unpack is them saying, okay, we're gonna stay on this island. Most people didn't even unpack. It's also a case of usefulness on it's usefulness, um, pointlessness. So you're presenting a lot of characters to make the island bigger. However, those characters you don't present them, so they're red cap, they're extras. But because you put them there, it feels like this island is a lot busier than it usually is. So we got a group of people. Again, the problem, the problem, the problem with the whole show is you're always putting the same character. For example, you got the main crew. The main crew is whom? We got Kate. We got Sawyer. We got Saeed. Jack does something amazing when he's doing Marshall. Marshall comes back to life and say, "Hey, yo, here's the dangerous person on the see." I always we've been doing this recap for 2 days. I've been saying that Jack treats Kate like shit. So the Marshal wakes up from his pain. He's like, "Yo, she's dangerous." He's like, "Who?" He's like, "Look at my pocket. There's a picture," and it showed Kate. Now Kate goes to Jack and say, "Hey, the Marshal says something," and Jack is like, "No, he didn't say anything." And then Jack asks Kate, "Do you want me to tell me something?" And Kate's like, "No," knowing that she's lying to him. So he's giving her a chance to be like, "Yo," and then there's a really cool moment where this is gonna be much later, but Charlie, which is an addict. I don't like the character of Charlie. I'm sorry, I don't like him. I don't know why. I don't like him. It's tough. It's really tough because Charlie comes in and a drug issue. I mean, he gives the drug issue. And he's like, "Yo, fuck the drug issue," and which it's such a shitty thing because about a season later, you're putting him in the same boat of using heroin because of the plane. You guys remember there's a plane full of heroin? I just learned who was in charge of that, and that's an insane story. So Charlie says to Jack, I wanna quit," and Jack's like, "Yo, I'm gonna help you, right?" So if Kate was coming clean, it would have been a case of, "Hey, we trust you," but then at the same time, it's kind of complex. Because how can I say that? Because she saw how they treated Sawyer and Saeed, thinking they were criminals. So like, "Yo, you treat it the same way," which I don't know if it's true or not. So I thought it was really special. We got more of this, the talking. What I really enjoy here, they brought Shannon because she speaks French, and Boone. Boone is kind of important, I gotta say. What is the coolest thing they did was, Sawyer and Saeed are always fighting. So Sawyer and Saeed both have the part of the gun, and Kate is in charge of the gun, right? We learned that Kate is a criminal, so she would be using that gun for something good or something bad. We don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. It's complex because doing a review, I don't know what's important. For example, the next scene is the people talking about, "Hey, how can they find us?" So we later learned, thanks to Kate, that the pilot said, "Yo, they're not gonna come to see you. They're not gonna come to save us. You're looking in the wrong place," right? And then there's Saeed comes in and is like, "Yo, it doesn't matter because they have satellites." No, Charlie said that. He said, "Yo, it's satellites." So it's like, "Yeah, but it doesn't mean shit." It doesn't mean shit, by the way. It's such a hard show to recap with sun showing up. So I kind of have to hurry. Oh, it's a gorgeous sun too. The fucking phone is overheating, which is bullshit. I'm playing the tower. Why play the tower? I don't know. We see the situation of the Marshal getting worse and worse and worse. Marshall, which is the other guy. Now, what is kind of cool is Early wants to involve himself. Early as since the beginning been wanting to involve himself. He's involving himself to a certain degree. He's in charge of the food, in charge of the water, but he doesn't feel like it's enough, right? And when you look at this, it's actually really I like Early. I think he's a good character. So we're taking care of the marshal. We see that he's in a very bad spot. He goes in and he tells the story of Kate. Now we got a backstory of Kate, and it's really sad. Kate, super nice girl. Again, really hot. We don't know if she's mean. We don't know if she's a bad person. She goes into this farm, and the farm thing is actually quite sad. So for the, I think what I'm gonna do, for the flashback, I'll tell you the episode of flashbacks. As soon as the first scene comes, I'll tell you the whole thing, and then we can just skip it. Because maybe easier for you. Look at this. Oh, I'm missing it, bro. I'm missing it. Fucking phone. Please, bro. There's a couple seconds in between. There's a couple minutes in between a sunrise and a non-sunrise. Fuck. This is stressful. You hear that? Oh, I can't. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to cool it down. So I'm gonna do like that. I think it's gonna be easier. So the whole scene with the farmer is actually quite nice. So the farmer he finds Kate, and the by the way, we don't know if her real name is Kate, because in this one she's Annie. So she likes the guy she possibly likes the crew, and she's like, okay, well guess what? He said, what are you doing in my farm? I like walking. I'm on a treadmill. I'm on a journey. I'm on a voyage, whatever you want to call it. Fuck, we missed the sun, dude. I'm pissed off. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry we missed the sunrise. I spent a couple minutes trying to cool down the phone, and there you go. The sun is up now. So with the farmer, I can finally focus. With the farmer, it's kind of a nice thing. So he sees Kate. It's like, yo, what are you doing here? She's like, I like walking. It's like, how did you end up on my farm? She's like, oh, well, I like farms. So she's like, okay, I understand. That's cool. So he goes in and then he betrays her. He has one for the mortgage. But at the same time, it's rough because he offered Kate a place to live and a good salary. He said, you'll have a place to live and I'll give you a fair salary. And it's not because I don't think he's a bad guy, you see. And then, again, spoiler, but later on we see Kate's father, and Kate's father's like, yo, I have to turn you in, but I don't want to, because her father is like an army guy. Kate has seen good people, and I think that's what kept her being okay, you know? And that's helped her. So this is the story of the farmer. At the end, the farmer, what happened is, he delivers her. Look at this, I'm sorry. This is gorgeous. And then the clouds are coming in to protect the sun. This is nice. I love doing this. So the farmer, he gives her up. He brings her to the station, right? But then she realized that, yo, we're in a station. So what she does is she's gives the car. But then the car takes on fire. She still saves the guy. Right? The question is, for the moment, the two most criminal person on the end is Sawyer and Kate. Would Sawyer have left the guy in the car? I don't know. See, I don't know. Sawyer is not. I'm at season 2, episode 10. Sawyer isn't shown to be a murderer. He's a thief. He's a crook, but not a murderer. So maybe that's why. You guys have to watch this. I'm not showing you because of how shitty the camera is, but still, it's a gorgeous morning, and I'm happy we filmed this morning. So yeah, so she comes in and saves the farmer. Now, oh, what is that? I got a text. I sound like roller coaster. Try 15. You see, I'm talking to Ollie. Fucking sweet girl, fucking cute too. Wow, look at this. Can you look at the cloud? Wow. See, the marshal says Kate is dangerous, but the marshal we know he's kind of like an asshole. He's not the best person in the world, right? So do you trust him? Do you not trust him? That's the question. Morally speaking, I don't know. So now we have a bunch of people. It's kind of nuts. It's kind of nuts because we've been there for a while. So episode number 3, they'll be like, yo, Jack is the leader. Like, yo, we're gonna be here for a while. And even though it's not a while, we have to do it. So the first group is rationing food, first of all, which is the bad news. Second of all, we need to focus on construction. Some of them have really nice shelter, which is kind of cool. Again, we see Shannon that she doesn't do shit. There's this whole talk between Kate and Jack, and that's where he asks her, hey, you want to tell me something? Now, Early was very worried. You see, Early who was in charge of the food, goes in, and he's like, yo, we're rushing the food. So Jack feels like Early is stressed about that, so he said, okay, well, I need your help. You're gonna help the marshal. And that's Early trying to be helpful, which he is, but we also got the case of the main character. Again, they're always the same people doing the same thing. No, always the same people doing the most of the action. So guys like Early didn't have his time to shine. Doesn't mean that he doesn't want to have his time to shine, just like Jin yesterday. As we made the video yesterday. The next scene, we have going through the airplane. So there's 2 people. There's Jack, who goes in for the medicine, and we see Sawyer who's looking for booze, cigarettes and shit like that. You know, you get more of the Jin and Sun talk, which is nice but not nice. Why? Because it's his title. You know? It's rough because they portray. It's complex. They portray Jin as being such an asshole. Like, for example, and here he says, go wash up because you're dirty. But I think he cares. I think he's prideful. I think he feels like it's not because you're on an island that you have to be. But Jin's story, you learn later, is quite sad. Jin's story was... It's funny because I watched Zom 100. It's the same thing. He's a kid that had a father who was a farmer. He was ashamed of his father, so he said, I'm going to be anything but my father. And then he came back, and I feel like he possibly think that he's his father, because he's the fisherman on the island. And there's a really weird thing that's gonna happen here, which is really weird. Should I tell you right now? Okay. So for example, Jin catches fish, and then you let him leave because of the first episode. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Look at this. This is gorgeous. Wow. Are you kidding me? What a nature corn, bro. What a nature corn. Again, the phone's gonna overeat and gonna miss most of that. My fucking life. Jin is told in the first episode to be giving food to people. And then later on, you see that we're rushing food. We're gonna miss some water. Because again, we're next to a beach. The water from the beach, you cannot drink it. So then, Sun is drinking water. It's like, yo, we're drinking water. And he says Sawyer. And Sawyer says, yo, I trade that for fish. So like, are you fishing for anybody, or you're just fishing for you and the Sun? If you're just fishing for you and the Sun, then I don't like you because you're shitty. But if you're fishing for everybody, then you're contributing somehow, you know? I heard Jin at the end, what I am, he's actually a really good character. They portray him as an asshole, and it feels bad. What I was saying, god damn it. Fuck. My life be like, ooh, oh. Waiting line. Try 50. That's not like a roller coaster. How long is the waiting line? Are you following the normal amusement park protocol? I like fucking with her because she's cool. She gets it. I'm missing everything. Ooh, I fucking hate my life. And this one I got filmed. I could just close the tower. Yeah? But then, I don't know. I don't know people. It's kind of sad. They don't have water anymore. See, it's nice to see that people work together. It's nice. Ooh, by the way, in the wreckage, we're seeing a wheelchair person. And it's such a nice thing because you would think, how come they don't ask who needs a wheelchair? But then you're like, maybe it's that died. Unless the wheelchair is for John. So that it made me happy that they showed the chair. We see more of Jin and Sun, which is good because they've been pretty away since the very beginning. We have a budding romance between Claire and Charlie. Again, I don't like Charlie. And in this one, it does feel a little bit that Charlie is pushing the relationship. So that's a bit shame. That's a bit of a shame. But at the same time, you know, I don't know what that is. Wait a second. She's cool. She's cool. Let's answer her. Morning. Saying so is so rude. Pixie princess, more like who-ass farmer. Slept well? There you go. Sorry. You know how it is. This is insane. I want to take a picture. I'm sorry, guys. Fuck. I'm supposed to do a video. Just because we work so much. Ugh. Don't blink, it's your boy, Yink. Still the sunrise, want to do a quick short. You're gonna tell me that this is not the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? Look at this is so nice. And they're all converging in the sun. Ah. Good. 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 So what's next? We got more flashbacks for Kate. I already told you the story of everything. It's super nice because we have. It's super nice. The next thing is super nice because we have Kate, who literally had a chance to sabotage the healing of the Marshal. Sabotaging the healing of the Marshal. I have to stop saying Marshal. Isn't the Marshal from the police? I know it's Sheriff Marshal. All she has to do is end him, and then that's it. And then that's it. That's it. We will never tell her secrets. Then you have to trust him. You have to believe him. There's another problem here, where Michael. It's such a complex thing. Walt is getting closer to John. Because John is the only one that gives a fuck about the kid, the only one that talks to him. Everybody's like, and I get that. Everybody's like busy. Everybody's kind of like surviving on an island. So the desire of a kid isn't as important as you would think. So yeah, it's tough being a kid in this situation. And then John kind of has like, and you kind of feel for John because we know that John's in a wheelchair, so possibly a lot of people saw him as invalid. When backstory in a couple of episodes, he goes through a retreat, and they're like, "Sir, you cannot do it," and the whole thing is like, "Don't tell me what I can do," and Michael's always saying to his kid, "You cannot do that." So I think John understands. Michael tells Walt, "Dude, don't go to John." He's like, "Why?" Michael, what he says is what he means, like you don't know him, which makes sense. However, because the situation of Michael and being so, no, Michael and Walt being so estranged, it could also be perceived as Michael being a little bit jealous. So yeah, let's have to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Oh shit. You was a girl. No, I don't care. And we're back. Sorry about that. See, if it is Michael being jealous, I can understand it because He waited for so long to be with his son, right? And it's weird because this is why you shouldn't watch a show so much. Later on, we meet Bernard. Bernard is the stepfather of Michael, of Waltz, and with Michael, he's super nice to Bernard. He's super nice. So you would think that he's like that, but there's a second person that kind of thinks that John is weird, and I think this is kind of like a narrative play. Like, for example, right? As a viewer, you're not sure how to feel, but since everybody hates a character, and you're supposed to hate it too. Like, for example, Sawyer, right? The Sawyer becomes a good person, and you learn to love Sawyer the way he is. But he's never like gonna be like the great person or the savior or the hero. You understand? So I thought that was cool. I thought that was really cool. Next. And he tells him, don't get next to Locke. Now, it's weird because Waltz kind of likes Mr. John, Mr. Locke, so he's like, yo. And at the same time, he calls him Mr. Locke, which is a sign of respect. Now, there's a couple of people that calls him Mr. Locke, possibly because of his advanced age. He's late 50s, 60s, so he's starting to get older. That's possibly a sign of that, versus a sign of, I like you, I'm going to call you by this name, good. I like you. So I thought it was kind of cool. I thought it was kind of cool, to pinpoint. Then it sucks, because, again, he's saying like, yo, I want my dog. So Michael's like, okay, I'm gonna give you your dog. You ungrateful little son of a gun, I'm gonna get you your dog. Which would be nice if it wasn't for, it feels like we'll just care about dogs. And it's a weird place because you want to make your son happy, so you want to bring him a dog. But then you know that when he's gonna get the dog, he's not gonna care about you anymore. And then Michael literally put himself in a dangerous place. However, he gets chased around. Now, the chasing around is kind of nice because in the last episode we saw there was a polar bear. So we know that something is weird. For the polar bear, we just learned why in season 2. So kind of cool. Now, Michael goes the end and he sees sunbathing, or washing herself. Now, this is super fucking nice. This is super fucking nice. Because Lost, and this, I gotta say, it's amazing. Lost will often portray Michael having a crush on Sun. Sun, she likes Jin, and Jin likes Sun. Then he's like, why don't you hate me so much? And then Michael found a watch that was the watch of Jin, which is why Jin doesn't like him. Jin, sorry, not Jim. Not Jim. What was his name? Oh my god, I forgot. Jim from The Office. Pamela, Beasley, Dwight Schrute, Michael Scott, Jim. I fucking forgot the family name of Jim. Pearson, I think? Jim. I forgot him. Jim. Office. Is Jim what? No, it's not John Krasinski, that's the actor. No, it's not Jim Rouge. Jim Pattison, no. Jim Alberto, oh my god, shame on me. Because a shame on me. Fucking shame on me. So they present Jim as a jealous, but he's not jealous, he just doesn't like Michael because he stole the watch. So now we got a really cool scene between Charlie and John. This is kind of important because they're kind of the outcasts. Definitely some elitist, which it's a problem with the show itself. It's not a problem with people, it's a problem with the show. They showcase like, yo, guess what? We need you. We don't need you. Just chill on the beach. We don't need you. And they don't give them a part of the characters. So Charlie and John kind of are the outcasts, or some of the outcasts. And because of some of the outcasts, we get together. Now, it's a shame because we didn't see this in season 1 a lot. But it doesn't happen in season 2. Why is that beautiful? The sunrise is beautiful. Are you still filming? You're still filming, and I got a text from the lovely Pixie Princess. Wait a second. She's hella cute too. She's fucking gorgeous, what am I saying? So it is a bit of a shame. It's a bit of a shame, it's not a shame. So you're presenting the characters together. You're gonna have a lot of things to do together in a couple of episodes. So you're basically putting this scene in to say like, yo, they've talked before. Yo, they're friends before. Which is kind of cool. However, it feels weird because John and Charlie have a talk. And then they have a second, third, fourth talk. And then John's like, yo, I know who you are. I know that you're playing this band. And Charlie's like, oh my god, how did you know? Oh, this is nice. They're singing to each other. It's 6:30 in the morning, so. Feral Dixie? Oh my god. I can't show you because I'll get yesterday I got suspended for life for sexual activity. So fuck. It has to do with football and also shit. So that feels weird. It's like you would have talked about this before, which is why you are led to believe that they want to have some talk on camera versus in real life. There's none of the talks in real out of the camera. Now you would say, Ink, what is the importance of talking via the camera? Exactly. Why? Well, it's kind of important because, for example, right, you're looking for so there's a cool character that comes in, which is later season 1. I think it's last episode, but it's a really good, cool character. His name is Ants. So Ants is a meteor, not meteor, like guy. It's in English. It's a weather reporter. Meteorologist is in French. So he's a weather reporter. And you don't think about it, but it's super useful to have. Right? So how do you know? Well, he just comes in and says, yo, I want to be there. Because he heard the rumor. Now, later on, what talks like that could be interesting for is in a couple episodes, which is episode number 8. There's a talk of Jack wanting to go to the cavern. The caverns are a spot that they found, it's safer. And there's a vault. Like, who wants to stay here and wants to go in the cavern? Now, that would be kind of interesting because, again, there's politics involved. There's the democracy. Are we having a democracy or are we just doing what the leader says? Right? And then as a leader, Jack's like, yo, the question is, oh, look at this. The question is, does Jack have the leadership? Because then even in season 1, I think it's next episode actually, Jack questions his leadership ability, which I found kind of nice. So there you go. She's cool. I'm not in love now, but it's a fun story. Reddit dating decision. Reddit dating. I can't shame Saeed is talking to Jack. Kate's talking to Jack. It really does feel like, yo, nobody else is matter. Not Shannon. Shannon in itself it's such a wasted opportunity. Shannon, she could have been a character that came from 0 to 100, right? See, this is so nice. Saeed comes in to offer help, which doesn't happen often. People are coming to Jack. They're coming to Jack and say, hey, yo, what should we do? What should we do? What should we do? There's just really sad moments where Claire, she's like, hey, we should do a funeral for people. He's like, why are you asking me? She's like, well, you're kind of the leader. It's like, yo, I have enough things to worry about. I'm having to worry about people that are dead. You know, people are, and it sucks because he is not the only reliable force. You want to see him as a authoritative figure, fine, but he's not the only one. You know. Here the scene that Kate and Sawyer talking. I don't remember about what. It's a shame, dude. It's a shame. Because you kind of can't figure out why Kate likes Sawyer. And you kind of figure out that Sawyer kind of likes Kate. Why is it a shame? Because Sawyer this is typical writing. He's got this bad guy, but he meets this girl, and because he meets this girl, he becomes nice. But in this case, it can be the opposite because she meets this guy, she becomes not nice. There's a very cool scene, a very very cool scene later on. The scene is we learn more about Kate Pass, and the reason why she doesn't want to get into with Sawyer is because she reminds me of a person in her life that was very toxic, you know. So this one, and it's constant back and forth. I would love to see a life triangle in between Jack, Sawyer, and Kate. I would love to see that. We don't get. This is a miraculous freaking nature porn. Next we have. So basically, what happened is the marshal is in pain, right? And you can hear him screaming. You can hear him screaming and screaming and screaming and screaming. And he's like, yo, so he's like, you have to end this pain. This is inhumane, right? And then he tells Kate that, you got the gun. That one bullet is his gun. You have to kill him. And then Kate, once again, as a viewer, we know that they have history. We know that Kate doesn't like the marshal. So Kate, once again, has every single benefit in having the marshal dead. Every single benefit. None of the negative. But the question is, can she bring herself to do that? See, before I said Sawyer is a bad guy. Is he a murderer? No. Kate is a bad guy. Is she a murderer? No. I don't think she is. Is she? I don't remember. Don't remember. So then, what happened? And this is insane. Sawyer does it. Sawyer does it, and he does a noble thing, which is ending a person's life. Now, Marshall is asking for it. He's like, yo, dude, kill me. Now, the coolest thing is he kind of gives himself away. So Jack is like, yo, and it's actually quite beautiful. Jack is like, yo, they hear a gunshot, and they know that the kid had the gun, so they think that's Kate. You know it's Kate also because she was on the paper. She's like, okay, she wants him dead. So that's possibly the reason. So, right away he said Kate. Now, technically speaking, as a viewer, can I see a flaw there? Kind of see like, why do you think I killed him? We didn't know who was the culprit. But then Sawyer. Sawyer misses and hit him in his lung. So, then, dude. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. Is this in this one? Or in the next one? Well, there's a whole talk in the plane that I completely missed, of Jack and Sawyer talking. And Jack is like, yo, Sawyer tells Jack that Marshall's gonna die. And then Jack's like, you don't know that. He's like, yo, you're out there foraging. You're out there foraging for medication. How many basically pills are gonna be using on you? And then Jack is like, yo, many as it takes, which is again a normal thing to do. And then Sawyer's like, do you have enough? Sawyer right away was like, yo, this is survival, which is true. Like the Marshall, it's not a question of. And the worst thing that happens a couple of episodes in, there's a person who's drowning, and then Boone, which we know, comes in and tries to save her. So he swim and they swim and they swim and they swim and they swim to save her. And then what ends up happening is Jack has to make a call. Like, do I save Boone or do I save her? And then he saves Boone. And Boone's like, why did you save me? You have to save her. And there's a chance of survival. Right, which is it. There's also this show called I, Robot with Will Smith. Did the same thing. Will Smith goes into a car, drives out a bridge. He drowns. There's another person in the car with him. The robot saved Will Smith. And then that's why Will Smith hated the robot. He's like, fuck you, you're a robot. And then he's like, why did you save me? And the robot says, well, I assessed the chances of survival. The friend that you had was next to none. You had like 20% and you saved, right? So that's what Jack did. And I gotta say, I support that 100%. Yeah, 100%. 110%. John here does something that's really fucking cool. John does something that's really fucking cool. He finds the Vincent, which is Michael's son, dog, and he's like, yo, I found your son, dog, and I want you to tell him that you found it. Which is actually a really sweet gesture. I would have liked for that to try to dig into Michael trusting John a little bit more. Okay. It doesn't happen. We have a scene between Kate and Jack, and this is really cool. Kate comes clean and say, hey, I was a culprit. Now, technically speaking, it's complex. Kate coming in clean is nice. Now, there's two questions I'm gonna ask. Is she coming clean too late? That's one question. Second one, she only comes clean to Jack. So she deems that him is worthy of knowing her secrets. Other people are not worthy. You know? And my problem with that is they show Kate being close to three people. Close to Saeed, close to Sawyer, and close to Jack. Right? She could have told Saeed. Saeed would have said anything. Jack is not gonna say anything. And Sawyer, I don't know. Sawyer would have said. Would Sawyer say something? I don't know. Check the batteries. 90%, we're good. We're good. I'm gonna film until this finish. So yeah. That's pretty much it. Oh, it's such a good moment. John's a good dude here. Now, what is really cool is I actually love this. I don't know why they stopped doing this. So the first episode is like you see them working on the beach. Because look at this, you see him working on the beach, and it was John. In the backstory is going to be about John. Now, again, I think we're going to start with the backstory of John, and here we're going to continue. I think it's better. I think it's way better actually. To do it like that. You'll find it interesting. You want to do the backstory first? Okay, so John, we see him. Again, I talked about this yesterday, but I think it's a good point. I think it's a very important point to make. The backstory is a great idea. Because you can show you can decide to show this. And then you can decide to show more. So for example, with John, in season 2 or later on in season 1, we know that he can walk. Now, in this final kid that cannot walk, he'll always be in a wheelchair. So John is at work, and then because John is, yalla, c'est moi ça. That's a me. Oh, pimple. See, I don't even check myself in the mirror today. Oh, why did you guys skip the mirror? Oh fuck! Yeah, this one was not ready to pop. That hurt. That's good. forgot to film. Okay. That's good. So John, sorry about that. See, I made a video for 44 minutes. We've been filming for an hour 20, which is not bad at all. I'm gonna finish the video. I'm gonna go in, try to sleep a little bit. A couple hours, we'll do good. So John, you see him and his job. His job is it's quite a complex. His job is, I don't remember what it is, but it's an office job. Now, he gets a call, and he's like, okay, well, Colonel. So he gets this call from Colonel. Now, there's no, and again, I haven't seen it. Maybe down the line, we're gonna know, but there's no proof that he was a military man. So it's more so it's such a shame. You feel bad for John, because John is the picture perfect. So, as a character, John, what do we do with John? As a character, what we do with John is actually quite simple. We want to showcase that he had a shitty life. The only person, there could technically two people that want to stay on this island is either Sawyer and John. Sawyer because he is a criminal and he is kind of researched by people. So I think this island is the perfect way to escape, right? And John, he has a shitty life. So he works in this company. The boss doesn't respect him. The boss doesn't like him. So the boss comes in. It's like, yo, what's up, the Colonel talk? And then this is so cool. This is so fucking cool. Because this boss find on his desk a pamphlet for something called what should we call it? It's a retreat where they're going hunting. Like, what is that? And it's like, yo, this is not good. You're not allowed to do that. The boss is antagonizing John, which sucks. John tells him, hey, this is a retreat, a spiritual retreat. And then so you cannot do it. And then John talks about a double amputee that climbed Mount Everest. So he wants to prove that he's able to do this. Most of what John does is to prove something. That's the whole reason he does things, to prove people that are wrong about him. Is it necessary? I don't think so. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. There's part of me wants to say yes. Part of me wants to say, like, yo, you gotta prove people that you're able to do anything that you want, anything that you put your brain to do. Like, hey, I know I can do this, 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 and this, right? And then later on in the episode, people's like, yo, Yui comes in, Hurley, I don't remember his name. I'm tired. Hurley comes in, it's like, yo, what was the reason for going to Sydney? Like, I was looking for something. And that's like, what did you find what you were looking for? And John says, it found me. So, John was going for spirituality. But then in the beginning, he believed that the island is special. And because he believed that the island is special, it feels like he gained his spirituality, which is another really cool thing. John, possibly my favorite character right now. Again, just remind yourself, he was looking for spirituality, which means he was on a quest to find a higher power. He viewed the island as a higher power, and he worships the island. That's where does it sound. Also, and the character, this is picture perfect of what to do. Picture perfect, guys. Oh, I'm at 50%. Okay, so I'm gonna ask her hurry. This is picture perfect what you do. So they showcase the character, and it's John, and he's calling me Shrink. You think it's his Shrink? It's Helen. Now later on in the season, we learn that him and Helen was actually they were actually dating. So John's like, yo, I got you 2 tickets. I got you a ticket to go to Australia. And then Helen's like, you're a customer. I can't do that. And John's like, oh, I'm only a customer. So you see John as kind of like this side excuse of a human being, as this person who's constantly being a victim. But then later on, you learn that Helen was actually his ex, Now, why is that important? Well, because John is not as different as he thinks, right? See, John, although he got, although he got, although John got the 56 minutes, shit. Yeah, we're starting to go low on storage, guys. I'm gonna have to stop. John, although is seen as a, how can I say this? As weak. He gained his leg on the island, but mentally speaking, he was always strong. So I think that John is, accordingly, one of the strongest characters on the island. You know, and he literally comes in with 4,000. The first scene that he does, he wakes up and he wiggles his toe. Now, why is that important? Because his legs were paralyzed. That's a proof that yo he can still do shit, which is kind of nice. So we got John. Give me a sec. What are you looking for? Forgot that scene. Oh yeah, they're on the beach and they're hearing sound. The dog barks and warns them of a danger. Now everybody goes and they have. Wait a second. Wait a second. Oh my god, I remember. Okay. So, this is actually a cool scene. Again, what I like about this is this episode about John. Which, you know that I love John. So what happened, you see, I watched too much episode last night. You know what? Let's finish it right here. I got 10 minutes. Let's fucking go. I'm gonna have to do this, and I'd rather start at the beginning. Yes, no, don't give up. Fucking continue working, dude. You got this. So, John is the hunter of the group. Got a lot of knife, right? He was hunting. So he goes in and they hear a sound because this is barking. They think it's danger. It's not danger. It's baby boar. Boar, the tusk. They're dangerous, right? But it also proves that there's food. So last episode we had a food shortage. Now we have food. So that's actually pretty cool. Again, this is a mentality of what that wants to stay on the island. No, I'm sorry guys. I'm tired. I go sleep. This battery is almost done. I'm missing storage. I've been doing this for 15 minutes. I'm gonna go sleep. Sorry guys. We'll restart. No problem. No problem. Love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Okay, we're done. So before you go, was there something you could have done to make your heart feel better?